Hi Scrubs, I hope you're well. So we're back on Star Stable and we are going to be checking out a couple of new items that have been released into the game today. So the first thing is we've got new sweaters available in the Jorvik Mall, which we're going to go and look at shortly. If for anybody that's still interested in the druid gear, whether that's the tack for your horse or for yourself, then you need to head over to Elizabeth Sunbeam's house in Vealdale Village. Behind her cottage is where Farah is, and Farah is selling those druid-inspired outfits. Now, we're going to go look at those in a little while. I have already looked at them, but I don't think I talked about them when I did my update video last week. And this is going to be really awkward if I do find out that I did. But we're going to find that out. So, we're going to go and look at those in a little bit. And the other thing is, if you're a lifetime star rider, then you also have a new item available in the Merlin bonus shop, and we're going to collect that shortly. Now, the other thing is, a lot of people are going to be like, where are the still rider quests? Well, the good news is we're going to get those next week. They have actually said that in the news, that they will be continued next week, and you should bring something, because it's going to be cold. So, I assume we're going back to Dino in that regard. I also am going to talk about last week's quests near the end of this video. I'll give you a warning when I'm going to do that, because I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't already done it. So don't panic, I'm not just going to randomly start talking about it, but I want to talk about some of the new stuff that was added, like the animations and things, because I didn't want to talk about that in that video. I wanted to keep that separate, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to do that. So, let's go and see the new sweaters that are out. So, we're going to go to the mall first, and then I might go to the bonus shop. Right. I might go to the bonus shop, as I was going to say, after that. I'm sorry, Dragongcake, and the other good news is that I have for you guys is I'm getting a new keyboard on Thursday. One more day. Unless it arrives today, in which case this keyboard is being unplugged extremely quickly. And it's not mechanical. So we will be seeing exactly what that's going to be like now. Jorvik City Mall. So yeah, I've got a new keyboard ordered, and it's not mechanical. So for any of you that like the noise of my keyboard, I'm sorry. But for recording with other people, sometimes this keyboard is just too noisy, and the other thing being... So now that I've stopped choking, so I'm getting a new keyboard, yes, as I was saying, and it's hopefully going to make it a lot easier for those that I record with, and things like that, or just who I just generally play games with, because it's very noisy to have my keyboard all the time. So yeah, this keyboard is supposed to be a membrane keyboard, so it's supposed to be quiet, so I don't know what it's going to be like. I have actually watched reviews of it, so we'll see what it's like. Now, oh wow, some of these are extremely yellow. That is yellow. That is very yellow. Right, I feel like that's the perfect horse to wear while riding mustard. But I don't have mustard on my UK account, so it doesn't matter. Right. I like this one, actually, which is the red knitted sweater. I saw that on the news. They all seem to be the same price, which I prefer. I hate whenever you get items that are like similar, but they're different prices, so... Okay, that's not really my personal cup of tea. That one there. Same with that one, really. I prefer that one. I feel like that one I could actually wear and be happy enough with. That's not bad. Blue and white, not really that keen on that. I just don't know. I don't want star on that. I'd be happy with the star off that. Same with that one, with the pink one. Although I kind of like that one, weirdly. I think because the pink kind of brightens that one up, whereas that one kind of dulled. The blue for me nearly dulls that one down. And we're not going to talk about this one. We're just not doing it. Yellow is a colour that just looks horrific on me, and well, this one isn't actually as bad as I expected it to be, but I don't wear yellow. Yellow is just not a colour that I go for. And I do kind of like the red one. I think actually out of all of them, it's this one that I like the most, but I don't really wear jumpers. I know I'm wearing this one, but this is like one of the few jumpers that I actually wear. I think my favourites are this one, and I weirdly like this one, even though I'm not normally a pink person. And for some strange reason, I kind of think the yellow's not bad. I don't like that one, but yeah, for not really liking yellow, I guess I kind of like this. I'm just saying something, because I'm very fussy when it comes to yellow. So those are the new tops. There's 9 new winter sort of sweaters there. And I'm just sitting going, where's the black one? Why isn't there black or purple? Where is it? Yeah. And there's no green, actually, either. There needs to be more colours. Yeah. It just needs to be more purple, in my opinion, but, you know, that's just me. Never mind that. Right, now we're going to go to the bonus shop in Merland and get the bonus item that's available. So, let's head on over to Merland and see what there is. I think the last time that we got an item in the bonus shop, it was I think it was a saddle pad, as far as I remember. So we'll go over and have a look at that. And then we will go over to the Druid's cottage and see the new Druid gear, which I did have a look at, but I'm gonna have a wee talk about last week's quests, I guess, when we go over there. And obviously, I think, like, for anybody that hasn't already done the quests that we got last week, and you are ready to do them, you should do them before, I think, the next ones come out, so that you can continue on. But then I guess maybe it depends, like, sometimes you get quests where you can't do until the next day. And because the other one was like, you know, continue next time, I don't know whether that would hold somebody back if they wanted to do all of them in one go. I guess we'll have to find out from someone when they do that. One of you guys can tell me. Right, and I still haven't done the Rescue Ranch quests at all. I need to do those. Like, those have just been sitting in my to-do list for quite some time. Right, bonus shop. Here goes. What have we got? Oh! Okay, well, I didn't pick these things up before. Exclusive blue saddlebag. Exclusive checkered mane ribbon. I saw someone with this the other day and I was like, oh, that's cute. Where did they get that? Well, now I know. Exclusive blue leg wraps. Kind of wish the leg wraps matched these. Kind of. Right, we'll have a quick look at all of these. Alright, Dragoncake, now you need to model them. So there's the little saddlebag. I think that's cute. I like that. I'm going to quickly put it on just so I can see it with a pet in it. Yeah, I like that. That's actually kind of nice. And take that off again because it doesn't match this remotely. And then we have the leg wraps. Don't like the leg wraps as much. And then the bow. I think the bow is nice. I actually like the bow. I feel like you could make a nice outfit sort of themed around that, actually. I quite like that. Right, we'll head on over to Veildale Village and have a quick look at the Druid stuff, and then I'm going to have a wee short sort of just my feelings on last week's quest, because I didn't want to say too much when I was doing them last week. Veildale Village. There we go. Right, so we've got, I think it's, as far as I remember when I looked at this last week, it was only an outfit, there wasn't actual tag, which I was a wee bit disappointed about, and it wasn't really a colour that I was that keen on. Right, so, yeah, far as here, so, the stuff that we got last week was this, and this. I don't think there was anything other than the red and green that was already here, which I don't own any of it. But yeah, there's the hat and the boots. Kind of in a way like the trousers if they'd been a little bit darker. And then there's the gloves, and that's the top. But I just feel like it's not, you know, as I said, I'm not really mad keen. I know this is more sort of a tanny kind of yellow. But I think if I was going to pick out of the stuff that's there, just like for example, I think the red and the green I think is much nicer than that one. I'm hoping for maybe more colours in this, maybe a couple of brighter colours, which I think would be really nice. Maybe it's not really, maybe, I suppose really these more maybe are nature themed, I could understand that. And that's probably why, because I like those more than I like these, I think. I suppose really with the Druids it's probably going to be nature themed stuff, but that is where Far is in case anybody wants to go there. So I'll have a brief little chat about the quest. So I really actually enjoyed last week's quests. I know some people were like, these aren't long enough, but I felt like it was just the right amount for recording, which I know some people are like, but we wanted more. I can understand, but sometimes when you're recording you kind of don't want to spend too long recording, so I felt like it was a nice amount to record. And you know, not feel like, oh my goodness, is this still going? Because there's been times where I've recorded things where I'm like, I'm gonna have to split this into 2 videos, like it's starting to be too much and I feel like it'd be too long a video for someone to watch. So I felt like it was just a nice amount. But other than that, the animations and things like that, I quite liked. I liked the update to the 3 Soul Riders. Now the only criticism that I have actually was I felt like Alex was a wee bit too, her animations were almost too aggressive in a way. And I felt like they were slightly mismatched. Like, when I talk to someone like Big Bonnie or Evergrey, I expect them to be extremely eccentric because that's what they're like. Whereas, maybe, I don't know, maybe I misread Alex a bit. Possibly this could just be my interpretation of Alex. I mean, I found Alex can get angry and stuff, like, don't get me wrong. But I thought her animations when I was up, you know, with Concord and that, were maybe just like a little bit too aggressive. Like, she seemed more eccentric, but I suppose maybe she's just like, well, Anne, we gotta rescue Anne and all this, so maybe she was just kind of like really excited. But I felt like I would personally have just like toned her down a little bit in her animations. I don't know why. I just felt like maybe she was coming across as maybe too angry or too upset, or for that particular scenario. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Like, you guys can tell me what you thought in that regard. But, like, you know, I always enjoy quests with Evergrey and Big Bonnie. I find them very entertaining characters. But other than that, I thought it all looked quite good, and I enjoyed the way it progressed. So overall, I quite enjoyed the story quests that we got last week. So, as I said, I don't want to talk about the specifics of it because I don't want to spoil it for anybody that wants to listen to this but doesn't want any spoilers. So I'm just talking about animations and things like that. I thought the soul horses looked beautiful, and I am looking forward to the next week. But yeah, I think overall that's just sort of my thoughts on them and how they looked. And I'm not going to go any further for anybody because I don't want to spoil it too much. You can sort of see a certain person in the background there, but well, I suppose you would have seen them in the news anyway. But yeah, that is my kind of thoughts on last week's story quest. I was happy with the amount we got, and like the overall new look. Danger Cake, you're shaking a wee bit. Move you back there. There you go. You're good now. So overall, quite happy with it. But I just feel like maybe Alex's animations are, you know, were a bit much for her particular character, but then it could just be it was in that situation that she was kind of riled up. I don't know, possibly. But that's just, as I said, that's just my opinion on it. Anyway, scrubs, I'm gonna leave it there. I hope you had a lovely day, and bye-bye!